everybody, welcome to the T5FF Forums YouTube channel. My name is Cash Mambo, and I welcome you to Risk of Rain 2. Today I'm going to do more of an unorthodox playthrough of this game. I'm going to be trying to do a solo run to do the DLC, Survivor of the Void. I've already done a little bit so far, unlocking the Loader class, who I feel we're going to try this time. She's a very tanky option in this game. All of her skills work very well together with her Knuckle Boom, which is a big swing for 320% damage, the ability to grapple, no fall damage, and each time she strikes, she grants a temporary barrier to herself, making her a really good beginner option once you unlock her. So what I've discovered so far, I haven't spoiled it too much for myself, but I have seen generally what we need to look at to start the DLC, which isn't going to be for a while, so for now, I'm just going to have to survive long enough to reach what is known as the Bazaar. So I'm going to travel around, try and get some items, start this build off, and try and get to more of the more interesting bits as I grind. So far, things are going to be relatively simple. So far, as long as with the loader, so long as I continue to hit the enemy, you can see that I'm going to be gaining a shield over and over. It's generally what makes the loader a really good class to just generally play at a more casual levels. And harder levels at that, too. And then we got our first challenge, which some Lemurians, which aren't a particularly great start. They'll easily become harder and harder as time goes on. So far with the loader's tankiness, we should be able to be fine. But we got some beginning money. We should be able to get one of our first skills here soon. All of it's going to be randomized. So hopefully we're going to have a good build for whenever we reach what is known as the Void. So another fight with some stone golems. They are super tanky, super annoying, but should not really be a problem whatsoever. I think I'm going to continue doing war plays of this game. Personally, it's one of my favorites. Just relax and do just random playthroughs with. Hopefully unlock all the other characters. So far, we have not been lucky as far as chests go. I'm just not looking in the right areas quite yet. Over there, it's our boss fight. We're definitely not going to do that until we at least get a couple power-ups to start off with. Get ourselves a lunar coin. Definitely going to need those for later on to unlock what is known as the Artificer. More or less a mage class that you can pick. That is also the Bazaar where we need to head. Got ourselves a Shrine of Offering here. So far, getting very unlucky. Only payout being a bison steak. Gain 25% max health. Not great, but it helps. had a lucky start so far, but it should not prove to be a problem. First fight is usually the easiest. Alright, so we got ourselves a shop here. We got attack speed and movement speed. This necklace here, which would give us more health. And I'm going to go for the Prism Focus Crystal here. This will get us more bonus damage when near to enemies, which is vital for the few melee classes that are in this game. I'm going to start this teleporter up, start our first fight. Who's it going to be? The Stone Titan. That slightly annoying boss fight, but shouldn't be too difficult fight. We'll drop down our mine here to deal damage to everything surrounding us, continuing to hit the Stone Titan. It's going to try and cast something at us. Hopefully we can out DPS that. So far, we have a bunch of shield generating, so it proved easy for us. He's dead immediately. We're not even halfway through our teleporter event. So if the teleporter event's going easy, our mine is clearing out most of the enemies for us before we even have a chance to club them. I myself personally have not seen what the DLC provides outside of the new areas, so once I walk in there, it's going to be a complete mystery. Okay, we've completed our first teleporter event. We're going into the next area. We also completed this teleporter event for the 5th time through my playthroughs and unlocked Multi, the robot. A very fun character to play. Alright, we reached one of the DLC areas, the Aphelion Sanctuary. Gonna continue with our grind, hopefully get some really good items. We got our first Void Cradle here. We sacrifice HP here and get a unique item. This one is the Lost Sirens. 0.5% chance to instantly kill a non-boss enemies, but corrupts all of the Lensmaker glasses, which is a common item in this game. Which is the one downside to those sorts of items. Because the Lensmaker glasses specifically increase your crit rate, but I guess we'll see if we can just get those and then slowly increase that chance to instantly kill certain enemies. Our first machine gunner here, probably the worst enemy out of all of them, simply just for his high DPS. I might have to get out of here because... Nope. Alright, we're still alive after that fall, but we need to get out of here because he is doing too much damage for us to handle at the moment. That was a close call. Our item, our energy drink, sprint speed increased by 25%. We are getting lit up still. We need to run. At least for the moment. His health should be low enough. One big swing should be enough to kill him, and he's down. I think we got that insta-kill effect off of him, which was very lucky of us. Our next item, Monster Tube, drops healing orb on kill, also very good for our tank build. Getting another item here, Medkit, received a delayed heal after taking damage. Definitely gonna need that to maintain our survivability. And now we see our boss fight area right across the map. Must have walked past that as I walked through here. Okay, we're gonna do our second teleporter event. We'll see what boss fight we get. Beetle Queen, not the worst. All she can do is summon ads on us, but if we just focus on her, we should be fine. We definitely need more defensive items later on. So far, the loader's passive shield gain should carry us through this. Seems to kind of heal, that's not good. And we are now on the Beetle Queen's back. Almost got her down. One big punch should be enough, and she's down. Got ourselves another Hop and Feather. That's going to be good for the later on boss fights. After an uneventful teleporter event, we managed to succeed, and we're going to head into the next area, see what we can find. Scorched Acres, not a bad place. These giant green flaming heads, which are incredibly annoying and tanky compared to their regular orange fire variants. The big downside to playing as the loader is there's not much you have as far as fighting things in the air outside of getting a lucky punch. Or you can grab onto them with a grapple hook and just hope to kind of wail on them a bit. But that can lead to dangerous situations like here, where I almost fell off because of it. Got our first shop here. I see a couple items. I got a battle standard for teleporter events. We got another of these focus crystals and a specific item for bosses, which I think I'll take that. Deal extra damage to bosses. Another one of those just passive DPS buffs. And the Beetle Queen's guards, which aren't too difficult to fight. As long as we stick to the air with their giant ground pounds. I think I'll do a couple more videos in this game simply just because it's one of my favorites, and there's a bunch of different classes that have all sorts of play styles. Got our first equipment selection. I don't really know what to pick, so I'll just go random. Remote caffeinator. Request a healing soda machine. Lovely. Another thing, that is a soldier syringe. Increase attack speed. One of the better items in this game to get for any class that you play as. Yeah, one of the better ways to play loader is if you need to fight something in there, you need to use your giant fist to take them out. Best way to do that is just do that, then immediately look at the ground and grapple. That'll immediately get you back down and not... Cut that too. Yeah, one of the better ways to play loader is if you need to fight something in the air, you can use that giant punch to go into the sky and then use your grapple to go back down to assure you won't fall into something you really don't want. I got our first enhanced enemy, which will have a shield on him, but Seems he's alone, so he's no problem at all. Another way that we can get into the bazaar is through a lunar shrine, which is this more rotund stone-looking thing we can pay a lunar coin to, which I have a couple of. That'll immediately get us access to what is usually just a shop, but it does hold a pretty interesting couple secrets. If I can get there, that is. Got our next shop here. We got... I'm gonna go random again, see what we get. Oh wow, another focus crystal. That's definitely gonna continue helping our loader build. I got another Shrine of Chance here. So far, we are getting very unlucky with these. Not sure why, but I won't question it. So far, I'm just going to continue looking around. Hopefully we can find a lunar shrine. We get us easy access to the bazaar, but we'll just have to hope, because most of this game is just pure luck. We got ourselves a really good item for our loader build, which is the Topaz Brooch. Gain temporary barrier on kill. Same as the loader's punch ability, where every time I hit something, I get the same type of barrier. We got an item converter here, where we sacrifice an item of equal tier to get something. I'm not really sure what that item is, so I'm going to skip it, because I don't want to lose our Chrono Bauble or the Hobby Feathers we collected. Got ourselves another Topaz Brooch, that's great. So far, no sign of the Lunar Shrine. I screwed that jump up very poorly. We're going to try that again. Okay, we're going to do our giant launch with our fist. That'll get us into the air, and we're going to grapple. Hopefully on this little plateau here, we might be able to find the Lunar Shrine we're seeking. Which we did, it's right here. Yep, the Newt altar, so if we donate 1 lunar coin to it, a blue orb will appear that will guarantee us a visit to the bazaar. Now we just have to find our teleporter event. I wasn't quite paying attention, so I'm gonna have to scope around the area real quick. Finding the teleporter isn't that hard. The best way you can kind of glean on where it's at is you'll see a bunch of floating orbs in the air that are glowing. That'll generally lead you the right way. So yep, we got our glowing orbs up ahead. That shows us that we're next to the teleporter, and here it is. So we're going to go into our next teleporter event, see who we have to fight. Grove Tender. He is not a fun person to fight, especially with melee, so we're gonna see how we do here. I think he spawned underneath us. Yes, he did. We're just going to have to out-DPS him, which isn't looking very bright, but we're just gonna keep focusing on him. So far, with the help of our floating mine, we're slowly getting our shield back, which is great. So far, it covers all of our health, giving us double health. So we'll be able to one-shot us, hopefully. And a big punch, pull our mine again. He is down for the count. That gained us generating scrap, which will turn into different items every stage. achievement there. I didn't quite see what it was, but I guess we'll find out later on. Teleporter gun is at 85%. We're almost done here. Our teleporter event is done, which has now granted us the blue portal appearing, which will lead us to the bazaar. Now enter the Hidden Realm Bazaar Between Time. This area will grant you all sorts of weird artifact items called lunar items. But so far we aren't here for any of that, despite some of the good items here. Got our weird newt friend here, no idea what he is, but yeah, he's chill. Here would be the Artificer. Once we get 10 lunar coins, that is, my bad. We'll be able to unlock her and unlock a new playstyle, but that's not what we're here for. What we're here for is actually down there. You can see a couple of platforms down there, and that'll lead you to what is known as the Void. Normally you have to be sorta careful around here with the other characters, but luckily with the loaders, for immunity to fall damage, it's gonna be easy climbing down here. So far can't see well, but this has now got us access to where we've been trying to aim for the whole time. Huh. Interesting. So if we continue to descend down here, things will access this mysterious portal here. Enter the Null portal. This will grant us access to the Void, which we will get hopefully 2 characters out of it, but we can get 1 right now, known as Acrid. So we're going to be doing the event for this, which you will see the cells everywhere, and you more or less have to survive while inside of them. Our build is relatively tanky, but given we have to stay inside the cell, this might prove a little tricky, since, as you can see, if we're outside, it deals damage to us. But I think we'll be able to do this as a melee build. We'll try. Luckily with the loader's grapple ability, if we need to head out, we can quickly come back in. Things get too dangerous. Last one's trying to get away from us. We're going to try and chase him down. Probably not the greatest idea, but we need to defeat him to continue this. You can see in the top right where what we're calling breaching the cell. Once we stay in here, this will complete the event for this one, but we're gonna have to do this 8 more times with increasing difficulty, so that should be fun. Oh, but now we get an item for... Oh, I need to hurry. So this portal is going to close very quickly, but you can look in the air, see some light in the sky. That'll lead you to the cell events, but you're gonna have to be quick about it. Chased by something? Oh no, I'm taking damage. That's not good. I panicked looking at an item that relatively wasn't worth it, because all that did was reduce the damage of the first incoming attack, and given we're going to be taking a lot of damage here in the Void, that was definitely not helpful. Gonna get our mine out, gonna start doing damage to these while I try and recharge my Super Punch. Luckily for us, we obtain those med kits. So far, those are going to be activating every time I walk out into the Void, since those will clarify as damage. stay in these cells for as much as I can, while also taking care of all the enemies firing on us. Alright, so we got the second cell charge. We're going to get an item here. We're going to be very quick about it, get increased attack speed, and we're going to run to the next one. See a portal over there. I'm not familiar with what that is. We're going to continue to do the next cell event. I'm going to go see what that portal is later on. Parents have been released from the cell. It's a very interesting name for an enemy, but we're going to continue doing what we're doing and hopefully survive. Grandparents are a particularly annoying enemy, as every now and then they will just teleport and cause a giant ground pound to happen, but luckily as our tank build, we should be able to take it reasonably well. Floating towers are going to continue to keep launching spikes at us, which aren't particularly great, but it seems to be running around in a circle. I'm sure we'll be fine. We also have our soda machine to rely on. That'll drop down a soda machine that'll grant us health if we pay a small bit of money for it. This is our third cell. We'll probably take the repulsion armor plate. That will grant flat damage reduction. I'm gonna go see what this portal is all about. I think that might be the way out. I'm not sure. I'm gonna just check, just to be sure. Yeah, null portal. That's not what we're here for. There's a different portal around here that we need. Oh boy, we are taking quite a bit of damage. That's not great. Our healing from our medkits is saving us here, so we should be fine. See in the top right that our enemies are slowly gaining items of their own to use against us. So they have a damage reduction item that will disappear after the first hit I deal on them, and 5 crowbars. And we have not collected any of those yet, but those are, as you can see, very lethal. As what crowbars do is, if I'm at 90% of my life, they will deal an incredible amount of damage to me. So I'm going to have to be relying on my shield, but it's not looking too great for us right now. And that is our first death. Okay, we are going to need to try a better character for this one. So that one didn't work relatively well. The loader did not work very well as far as the void event, for being very limited as far as attack range, so I'm going to try with... I think I will try with the new character we just unlocked in that previous playthrough, Malty, who is relatively slow, but he is very versatile as far as what stuff he can be equipped with. So he starts out with an auto nail gun, which is more or less a machine gun, a rebar puncher, which is pretty much as it says, you shoot a giant stick of rebar at enemies, deals tons of damage, and I could throw canisters as grenades. So we're going to try this again, only with a different character, and hopefully things turn out a little differently. So, as we land, we immediately get our Newt altar. We're definitely not going to take that for at least the first 3 worlds again, because we're definitely going to need quite a few items to survive, eat down there deep in the void. So So for multi, he is a very versatile fighter. He has a lot of stuff that he can change between depending on which enemy he's fighting. He's relatively slow, but he's incredibly useful. There's a burst of speed to get away from the enemies, machine gun, rebar puncher, which I can switch to at any moment, which is more or less a sniper. And with his little dash ability, he can also run into the enemies if he has to. So that was a rough engagement for us, but we survived. That's all that matters in the end. So in this run, we're getting a couple of broken mechs that we've been discovering every now and then. Those will help us a lot down the road. They survive, that is. So the first one we got is a healing one, which is going to passively heal us every now and then when we get injured. Gonna try and keep an eye out for enemies to kill to get more loot. That one right there. Let's see, do I take fall damage? Ooh, I sure do. Not sure how a robot takes fall damage, but I don't question it. First teleporter event with the Beetle Queen again. It's gonna be a very simple fight. Does not see, it appears that she can be stunnable, but that's fine. Should be able to survive so long as we stay back. And just stun all of her ads. Not particularly doing well on health right now, but so far we're surviving. Down to about half. Beetle Queen is not making this any easier on us, but she is dead, and that is a GG. Continue this teleport event, and hopefully this time... Oh, we got the Chrono Bobble again. This is not looking too great as far as our next run, but hopefully we'll get something now to make us a little more powerful. There's another teleporter event complete. And I get this item here. Hopefully it's good. Super spaces. Block the next source of damage. That's all a tougher time. That is an item I'm probably not going to get that much. So that is going to be very useful for us to mitigate at least one shot of damage. Okay, we're now in the Abandoned Aqueduct. It's a fairly simple map. Hopefully this time we'll have bigger success in the void. So luckily with Multi's auto gun, that should make surviving a little bit easier. Got our lunar coin back, that's great. And if anything interesting happens, I'll probably cut out most of this and see you guys when we get back closer to the void. We got a tougher time steady bear, which would have blocked damage, but it had been corrupted by the item we have. So that'll, I think, now block 2 hits that we deal with every now and then. Got the Beetle Queen again. Again, not going to be that much of a fight, but we're just going to have to be careful since Multi is not a very fast runner. So we're just going to have to circle around and just focus on the Beetle Queen for now. Just do some jumps to avoid some of the bigger damage, which is oddly enough working very well for us at the moment. That is charged, but it's not doing much to the guards at the moment since they're a very bulky creature. Everything's going to get healed. We can take that out first. Intercept through the guards and get into the Beetle Queen, and now she is dead. Now she does hopefully survive all of her friends here. Which there are quite a few of, actually. This is a pretty big spawn rate for medium difficulty at the moment. We get out of there, we got the ukulele, a very good item. Essentially, that just means every hit on an enemy will cause a random arc to happen, like you saw there, which will split damage up between enemies, which will make Multi's autocannon much more damaging overall. And our teleporter event is complete. We are heading into the 3rd area. We do not have too many items, but that ukulele is a very powerful item that could potentially save us down there once we reach into the void again. Not really. Oh, we got a void cell area. Sure. What does that do? I have been sequenced, apparently. We have a void seed. Where monsters remaining, so that is a void cell area. That will do what essentially what's happening in the void. There's this purple miasma or something, cloud, whatever, really, that will consistently cause damage to us as long as we stay inside. These flying guys are hitting me pretty hard. I need to head elsewhere. That area is very dangerous at the moment. Definitely gonna need more defensive items on multi, such as a brooch or some flat damage reduction. We got a box here. This is essentially for speed runners. If you manage to get here quick enough, you actually can get a really good quicken item. Sadly, I was 3 minutes short, but maybe eventually I'll reach that. Our biggest enemies here, a bunch of yaks. Not particularly dangerous, but they do hit pretty hard if they manage to catch you off guard. In this area, you might be able to find a... Nope, cut that. I'm not sure when, but apparently we got 5 cautious slugs at some point, which will make traveling to the void a lot easier so long as we remain outside of the combat. Let's deal with some of these flying guys that are sniping us. We do have a shop here, so This basically just means we're allowed to buy everything so long as we have that little card with us. Rather than just be stuck with choosing one. And we have a void enemy here who has some barriers up, which is going to make them particularly annoying to deal with. It's not getting any easier. These void creatures are a particularly strong variant of the enemies around here. We're gonna see if we can go over there and cleanse it now that we have some attack speed up and some flat damage reduction. As long as we're in here, we're going to be taking damage, but if we take out the enemies inside of here, that should clean out all the cell stuff. We are taking a lot of damage still. So we're going to have to switch to our rebar, and hopefully we can snipe some of the stuff that's inside. I think we got 3 of them down, just need to find that last one, and that should clear out the area. It's right there, take it down. Now the void seed has collapsed, meaning we can walk through here without taking any more damage. Okay, and we got the plasma shrimp, which will corrupt all ATG turrets, but if I have shield, missiles fire on every hit. Which it has given us a small shield, which improves our health very well, which will work along with our damage reduction. That will increase our damage up rampantly from the looks of it here. Should make dealing with the boss fights a lot easier. And if we find more of these ATG missile launchers, that will increase the damage of them. Or shoot out even more missiles, which will be even more fun. See, where is our teleporter event? It is to our right. Run past some of these enemies to get here a little quicker. Okay, what is our next fight? It is a clay dune shrine. We have not fought this yet, but from the looks of it, we won't have to worry much due to our little missile launcher shrimp. Gonna pepper down the boss. Clay dune strider is not a difficult enemy, but whenever it gets to the later half, it will start absorbing its enemy's life force to heal itself. So we're going to have to stop that. As we gain our shield back, we can just continue to pepper it down. Is now going into its phase where it's absorbing everything, including myself, which is not great, but that should allow me to... Okay, never mind, they're actually doing a lot of damage. I need to escape here real quick. The Crane Dude Strider has gone back to half, we can quickly take that back down. So we have to remain careful and just continue to try and stay off the ground as much as we can. What he's not doing is... Oh, that is not good. And Crane Shredder's down, teleporter event complete. Now we just need to survive it, which we did not. God dang. Alright. So far, we still have not reached the void yet, but we will eventually. I just need to train at this game a little more. But I'm going to cut it here for now. I'm going to keep practicing at this game, see if I get a little better, and hopefully we can reach the void next time. I hope you guys stick with us. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Highly suggest that you see my friends Win Some Mist and Vacherry right now. Both of them are posting videos. Both of them are great people. And that'll be enough for this video. I thank you all for watching.